What is up, guys? It is Tool Guy Y here, and today I'll be walking you through a 2009 Audi TT high pressure fuel pump. Let's get into it. Alright guys, let's start the repair by unclipping the air dam tube, then removing the two clips holding down the charge pipe to the cover, then removing the MAF sensor. Remove the engine cover by lifting up firmly, releasing the rubber grommets and putting it to the side. Release the two electrical connectors located here and here by pushing the tab back, then pulling off. Next, release one vacuum hose by pressing in the two tabs while pulling out the hose. Once off, turn so it's out of your way. Using your 13mm wrench, remove the valve on the bottom right of the high pressure fuel pump so we can gain better access to the T30 located right underneath it. To give us a little more space when removing that gas hardline, I decided to take off the vacuum hose going to the vacuum pump. Now that we have a little more space, take your 17mm wrench and loosen up that gas hardline. For the most part, the wrench is only used to loosen it, and then once it's loose, you can actually finish it off by hand with much ease. Once all the hoses and connectors are removed and disconnected, start removing 3 T30s that hold the high pressure fuel pump down to the engine. Also keep in mind that when removing the high pressure fuel pump, it will be under tension from a spring, so just remove it slowly and carefully. Slowly wiggle and pull out the high pressure fuel pump, making sure that the cap at the end does not fall out. Once it's out, lay it down nicely on the side because we still have to remove one hose at the bottom. It's always a good habit to pull out that cap to make sure it's actually in there and did not fall out. Once you're 100% sure that the cap is still in there, move on and start removing the hose clamp and the rubber hose on the pump. To remove the hose clamp, all I used was a 90-degree needle nose plier to pinch and pull down the clamp. Then I finished everything off with a small hose pliers to loosen and disconnect the rubber hose. It may take a little while trying to take that off and a little bit of prying, but just take your time, make sure you don't break that rubber hose, and it'll eventually come off. Grab your new high pressure fuel pump and drop that sucker in. To reinstall, install in reverse order. Don't leave just yet, I do have a couple tips for you guys for the reinstallation process. Before inserting the new high pressure fuel pump, double check to make sure that the cap is still in there. Also regarding the rubber hose at the bottom of the high pressure fuel pump, I do recommend removing the old hose clamp and replacing with a new one. Last tip for you guys, when reinstalling or reinserting the new high pressure fuel pump, like before, there will be tension going in. This is due to the spring located on the pump. Add pressure to the pump by pushing down and reinserting the 3 T30 bolts we removed earlier. When tightening down, alternate bolts when one gets slightly tight. Keep alternating till all bolts are hand tight. When starting the car for the first time after the repair, it may take a while for it to turn over. And this is normal because the car needs to rebuild the fuel pressure it lost before. Congratulations guys, you now know how to do a high pressure fuel pump on a 2009 Audi TT. If you liked or found this video informative, please support me by smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel for more how-to and tour review videos. Also check me out on Instagram at ToolGuyY where I post daily. Thank you guys again for watching and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Shoots!